What is up, everybody? This is my What If Season 1, Episode 2 review. It's entitled, What If T'Challa What if T'Challa became a Star-Lord? And it's interesting how they phrase that. A Star-Lord? Are there multiple Star-Lords? I mean, in a world of infinite possibilities, there are a world where Captain America Steve Rogers is Star-Lord, or Peggy Carter's Captain Carter is Star-Lord. So, yeah. But I don't know. I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was way better than episode 1. I'm not a person who hates episode 1, but I thought it had some problems. But we'll get into this episode after the intro. So let's roll that intro. We open the episode on Morag, and it's basically just kind of like it's kind of like the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy, and he still uses a magnet to get the orb, and the Korag dude comes in, and instead of this, he is he's like a big fan of the Star-Lord, and is like, oh my god, I'm gonna fight you because that's what I want to do. They're gonna be so happy and everything. So yeah, I don't know. It's just it's a great thing, man. And when they get outside, well, he felt bad for Korag, so T'Challa's gonna take Korag, and outside all the guards are there, so he's like, oh, a Avenger never flies solo. That was a horrible impression. So then Yondu comes in, he takes out all the guards. But they talk a little, and we see that T'Challa, he has a lot of stuff going on, and yeah, he's made the world a better place just by being in there, unlike our Star-Lord, who didn't do a lot. I mean, he did a lot, but he didn't get recognized for it. And then we have flashback to Earth, Wakanda, 1988, where T'Challa and T'Chaka are talking. And, yeah, I'm sorry. But, T'Challa is like, hey, Papa, I'm tired of living in this bubble and stuff, and I want to go see the world. And, he just doesn't get to go, see the world. Kind of like that. So, yeah. But eventually he gets taken by, Yondu, and he's not scared of this advanced technology like how Peter was, because Wakanda is such an advanced civilization that he's like, oh cool, I get to see the universe and everything. So, yeah. But, he sees the universe, and then we get like a 20-year time jump, which would mean this episode takes place 4 years earlier than the events of the film, which is interesting. But then Korag is talking about Thanos, and then Thanos appears, and it turns out that T'Challa stopped Thanos from obliterating half-life on Earth, and it's just, it's really surprising, actually, man. Yeah, it's a really cool thing too. But then T'Challa goes to get a drink from a bar, and it's Drax as the bartender, and he's like, "Hey, you don't have to pay for anything. I want a photo though, so I can show my family because you stopped the invasion, so my family's still alive." And that's just like another what if thing. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a continuation of this episode, because we know, like, the final episode they're gonna assemble like the multiversal Avengers, or like the Guardians of the Multiverse or something, and I wouldn't be surprised if, yeah, we see a what Gamora was doing, a Rocket and Groot on this Earth, because Peter's not. But yeah, Nebula has a plan, and he gives she oh my god, I'm sorry, she gives the plan to T'Challa, and it involves stealing something from the Collector. But we later find out this does include, there's a flashback scene later where she tells T'Challa about the plan and how that she will betray them, or seemingly betray them, but really she'll just take out the Black Order. So yeah, they're stealing the scene so that they can regrow plants on a solar system that the Collector has. So they make the plan, and they talk about it, and it's kind of like Leonard Stark from The Flash: make the plan, execute it, expect it to go off the rails, make a new plan. And I like Thanos' relationship with Gamora in this episode. He's not evil, but it's still like not as bad as it was, but it's still not great. And yeah, Yondu's just completely against it because he doesn't want to mess with the Collector, but you know, Ravengers never fly solo, so that he got to do it. And the Collector's still on nowhere in this Earth, so they go to nowhere. Sorry, that was weird. Yeah, they go to the Thinker's collection. They're welcomed by the Pink Lady who grabbed the stone in the first Guardians, and then Proximate Midnight is the guard, so they get past Proximate Midnight, and T'Challa escapes to do the whole plan, and then the Collector welcomes them, but outside, Thanos and Korath make a distraction, like the Ravengers are fighting or something. So, yeah. I'm sorry. They see Crypto. No, I'm sorry. Did I just say Crypto the super dog? I mean Cosmo the dog from the first Guardians, but eventually they get to Howard the duck, and Howard and T'Challa talk, and Howard's given too many, like, too specific directions, so T'Challa is kind of getting tired of it, so he just frees Howard. But yeah, Howard, he goes to the bar right away, and just drinks before it all can be seen. Lockdown happens, and then T'Challa goes to, like, the part where all Tavon's sorry, I dropped my phone. Tavon Tillier's or whatever, the Collector's real name, all of his ships, and you can see, like, the Grandmasters in the background, but T'Challa finds a Wakandan ship, and he goes in, and he sees all these mannequins dressed like the Dora Milaje, and he sees a message from his father that was left, showing that Yondu lied, and Wakanda was not destroyed, and but yeah, I'll be honest, I took a 10-minute break, so I have no idea what I was talking about the previous clip, so yeah. Nebula eventually, quote-unquote, betrays them, but if you remember what I said earlier, it's not an actual betrayal. This was all part of the plan, including, T'Challa to get captured, because I think T'Challa knew he could make it out alive, and the Collector's kind of disappointed that, T'Challa doesn't have any powers, so, Korag's like, oh my god, you betrayed us, and Nebula's just like, just wait, man, and she just shoots, Corvus Glaive in the chest, kind of mirroring how he died in Infinity War. But all the Ravengers eventually escape and get on the ship, except for we'll get into it. But T'Challa uses his necklace to break the glass, and he gets out. But then Ebony Maw grabs him and like uses the pieces of glass as like a handcuff. But Ebony Maw, the Pink Lady, resonates with what T'Challa said earlier that I didn't mention about what people in cages, like how unhumane that is, and she kills Ebony Maw, letting T'Challa escape free. But then T'Challa runs into the Collector on his way out, and they have a battle. That in this, I don't know if he is in the main MCU, but here he is ripped. The Thinker's ripped, and he has all these weapons, like notably Mjolnir and Captain America's shield, which this kind of proves that this episode and Captain Carter don't exist in the same timeline, because Captain America would never exist in the Captain Carter timeline. But yeah, he has Hela's helmet that creates weapons and stuff. But then the Black Order are after the Ravengers, so Thanos stays behind. And he's like, I'm gonna fight them, and he has like a Hulk moment where he's like, I'm mad, because they called him the Mad Titan. So yeah, he fights Obsidian, but then Proxima Midnight comes in and cuts his like leg, and that gets him off guard. And Nebula hears him scream, so she comes back, and she fights the Obsidian and Nebula and defeats them by really just throwing some of the particles from the thing that they stole in Obsidian's mouth, sprouting actual life on Nowhere, or the Celestial's floating head. Like, I don't know, I thought that was pretty cool, and how they escaped, like, through the Jack and the Beanstalk way. It was pretty cool, man. But then, Yondu appears inside, and Yondu and T'Challa fight, the Thinker, and they eventually lock him in his own cage and leave it up to the Pink Girl what to do with, the Collector. Have I been saying the Thinker or the Collector? I'm sorry. The Collector, and it's just kind of like a horrific way, and the Collector's kind of like, oh my god, guys, I clothed you, I fed you, I kept you alive, that should at least be counted for something, but it's not. So they steal the Wakandan ship, and the dog stayed around, and Yondu and T'Challa kind of make up for stuff, but then T'Challa and the Ravagers go to Wakanda. So he reunites with his mother, father, sister, and everything. And it's just like a nice moment, and we have Okoye and Thanos talking. Okoye is like, hey, that sounds like genocide that you were going to do, and Thanos reasons with it, and that's kind of like Marvel saying, no, it wasn't, man. You guys are wrong. Kraglin talks about jump points and how they make your face funny, and then we have this final scene, or this final talk between T'Challa, Yondu, and T'Challa's like, hey, don't be mad at Yondu, he raised me. But then we get this thing in, like, somewhere else. I forgot where it was, but we have Peter Quill mopping in a Dairy Queen, and, basically Ego appears and is like, hello, Peter, and, the episode ends with, the Watcher saying, and that could start something deadly. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we have another episode in this continuity this season. I think, I'll be completely honest, I think once they found out that Chadwick Boseman had died, the season finale is gonna have this version of T'Challa die, or, just retire, or something, and just never use the character again. But, yeah, I really enjoyed this episode, man. I hope you did too. It was really fun. I enjoyed it better than the last episode. I felt like the last episode was really just the first Avenger with the skin over it, and this was just like a whole new adventure with Guardians of the Galaxy, but it wasn't the template or whatever. But yeah, I just want to say, thank you for watching. If you'd be so interested to subscribe, I think we're like 9 away from 100, so that would be really useful. But go down the description and, like, watch everything that's linked, man. Like it all, get us that, analytics stuff. But I'm running out of time, so goodbye, stay safe, and goodbye.